Welcome back to Secrets of the Opposite Sex. I'm your host, Tasha Ray.
And I'm your co-host, Drew Comments, back in the world once again.
And we are back with two friends of the show. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up? What's
Tasha.
up?
So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? How we always do it, ladies first.
This is Jody here, 37, and I'm in New York in the Boogie Down Bronx.
And this is Marte. Friends call me Tay. 31 here. Currently in Minnesota, originally from Ohio.
All right.
You know what the Midwest is? Wow, you in Minnesota, dog?
Yeah.
It's like 12 black people out there, man. How you all right? You good?
Hey, I'm surviving.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Just make sure you keep a coat, man. I hear it's cold out there. All right.
Oh my God.
He looks very happy and content.
He does.
Okay.
He does. That's right.
One day at a time.
I'm gonna give me some more white friends. That's what it's telling me. All right, then.
All right, guys. In this episode, we're talking about fighting fair, and we're pulling questions from the dating and relationship party game, Secrets of the Opposite Sex, which you can download on Apple App Store and play from home. So, the very first question we have of the evening is going to be, what's your personal conflict style, and has it helped or hurt your relationships? How do y'all handle conflict?
Throw them things, man. Throw hands. What you mean?
Oh my God.
Shoot the fair one.
Oh my God.
Throwing hands?
Right. Who?
Who throwing hands?
Who doing that?
Is there a better way to get the stress out? Throw some hands. All right, put your hands up.
Oh, I can think of a few other ways.
You right. Pillow
Yeah.
fight. Pillow fight. Yeah.
Well, when I was young, I would agree with you. Throw some hands, slap a few. Slap a few.
So, we do like challenge to a foot race. Cause you know, like Jamaicans, man, y'all be sprinting for no reason. Just saying, like, yo, you know what? You gotta, like, you said it, like, that's it. Get down. On your mark, get set.
Oh my God.
It's in the blood. But, yeah, when I was younger, I think I was more of a fighter. Like maybe in my 20s, like I would like want to square up. But now I'm just I'm too old, man. I'm in my communication era. I like to talk everything out. Like, let's sit down and have a 3-hour conversation.
Now,
Okay.
let's make sure we understand this is in the context of a relationship. You was for real squaring up. I was being toxic. I was
I was squaring up.
Oh, snap. And I felt it.
We're keeping it one above it. No, I was squaring up. I told you, I was slapping. I was crazy about that. And I was slapping niggas from left to right.
Oh, not you was laying hands on the boys.
I was squaring up.
So what made you change? Like what brought on, you handling things a different way now?
I guess maturity. I'm just a lot calmer now. Like life humbled me.
Life be life and that.
I feel like puberty kicked in and the boys got bigger and stronger. She was like, look, I ain't swinging y'all no more, man. Y'all.
Yeah, no, I don't even, to be honest, I don't even like argue anymore. That's why I said I'm all about the conversation. Like, that's it. Like, we can have a 5-hour conversation. Like, we talk, or tone is on a respectful level.
Mhm.
I just don't have it in me to fight anymore. Like, my fight is done.
Man, but with the accent, you're gonna win every argument. Like, you be like, I don't even know what you said, but you right. There's nothing you can come back from that. Just throw that accent on them. Why I deal with? I don't know what that means, but all I'm saying.
No, that's just gonna get them madder because they're already mad. They don't know what I'm saying. That's not gonna help. You might think it's gonna help because you're gonna find it cute, but it's in a real argument, it's not gonna help.
I got you.
You gonna be cute long.
Right? How long we gonna be cute for? Hey, Mr. Minnesota, how you handling it?
Unlike Jody and Drew, I was more avoidant growing up. I don't entertain arguments, so I would just separate myself from the situation. But I think now that I've grown up, matured a little bit, I think just addressing it immediately. I understand you can't do that in every environment and situation, address it immediately, but I want to handle it before the day ends. I'll accept if I'm wrong in a situation, but I do want to talk about things instead of letting them continue to build.
Yep, I agree.
That sounds very wholesome. It's very responsible. It's very mature. Or as we say, very boring. Where is the flavor, man? You need some toxicity.
Why you being toxic? Why you giving my brother toxic advice? Like,
Because toxic. Listen, do you understand that salt has a level of toxicity to it? Like, so there is table salt does, but it also brings flavor. Too much brings hypertension. So I don't want you to add too much. Just add a little toxicity. Like I get you. Like watch this. You get in an argument, say something, and then don't text her back. Like for the rest of the day, just see what happens. Like that's it. Just give.
I'm not gonna lie, we all have a little bit of pettiness in us. We all
Mhm.
have a little bit of pettiness,
Little.
but at the end of the day and at my core, I'd rather just address the situation, figure out what we need to figure out, and move forward.
I agree with you. Like you arguing and leaving me on read. You're probably not gonna hear from me for like 5 to 7 business days.
Okay.
Go play where it's safe because obviously you're playing games.
You
Okay,
gotta pull up.
I don't do games.
See, now you got a window up there, which means he could pull up outside the window, be like, "I got."
Oh my God.
This is a 17th floor. Nobody's pulling up.
Man, listen, I steal a fire truck and get that ladder and come.
Oh my God. All right. So next question. Do men and women argue differently in your experience?
I'm tell y'all, yes. You know how men argue? No, I'm sad because this is what it is. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, because that's what I said at 1, 2, 3. That's how women argue. What? With the head in this. And y'all don't do that anymore. Y'all got to bring that back. What happened to the snapping? Remember y'all used to do that? First of all,
He just wants toxic. He wants
Right.
food. He wants
Yeah, Drew only
love.
survived with toxicity.
That's that toxic stuff. I hope you're not dating nobody.
I may start in a few months.
Leave women alone.
Ah.
Leave him alone for right now. Leave him alone.
Listen, when women date me, they date me for the plot. There's excitement. All right. They can go ahead. I'm just joking. I don't mean nothing I'm saying, y'all. I really want y'all to have very wholesome and toxic free relationships.
Sure.
But my intrusive thoughts are winning right now. But anyway. No, seriously, how do men and women argue differently in actually? Like for real, do y'all think so?
People always say like women are so emotional when they're arguing. I feel like men kind of took on that role now. Oh, whiny and bitchy. I feel like they're arguing a lot. They're in their arguing era.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now, but back then, I feel like we used to argue differently. I feel like now, the time that we're in, I feel like I'm looking at a couple arguing. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at two female arguing right now. I don't see, I can't decipher the male energy from the female energy. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing now. Okay.
If you feel like he's in his more emotional and femininity,
It's not even emotion and feminine. If I'm looking at a couple, which one is clearly a man, the other is a woman, and if I can't say, okay, who's the man here, well, then we have a problem, right?
somebody feel like they losing the argument. Because I think it's about like trying to win. So in order to win, you feel like you got to over talk or get louder or say like whatever they say, you got to do one up. And
You got to one up them, yeah.
So your argument is a competition.
That's how some people take it.
I mean, it feels like everything's like a competition these days. Like, how low can you go? How petty can you be? Like, how disrespectful? Oh, you gonna be disrespectful? Watch this. I'm gonna take it to hell. Like, people just take things so far, and so deep these days. And it's like, whatever happened to the, wanting to resolve things, wanting to be respectful in a disagreement. But it just sounds like, I mean, but everybody's behaving badly from the very top all the way down. So, we're just in a time where ain't nobody got no sense. Everybody's on their worst behavior. I think that trickles down into, what we see in these relationships too. Everybody just petty, petty, petty. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I tell y'all like this, man. I hear you saying your thoughts about, okay, somebody feel like they're losing the argument. They got to win the argument. Way I see it, as long as I'm talking, I'm winning the argument. So like,
Oh my
I really
God.
got. All right, let me stop. Let me stop.
Is it okay to go to bed angry or should you resolve conflict the same day?
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I got sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? You know me. I need to.
I know everybody grannies tell or their older family member always tell them this. What they always say about that.
Don't go to bed angry. They don't say because they got it from the Bible though, and I understand that. But sometimes a nice little nap get them like just calm down. You know what I'm saying? Get some to relax some of those hormones, and you know what I'm saying. Let me take a nap, calm down, come back, be like, you know what?
You gotta address that.
Yeah,
Address
I'm
that
just
before
gonna
you
wake
go
up
to
before that.
sleep. That's how you get nightmares. You get nightmares
Thank
because you got that
you. I just want to
energy.
wake up. I know you wake up more pissed
Go ahead
off.
and address.
Exactly.
Think about it. You and your man, you and your significant other, brother, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are you're angry, all this thing mad, and you say, you know what? We gonna wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and deal with
Oh my
this.
God.
So check this out. You set your alarms. Be 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up. Y'all both groggy. You too tired and groggy to be angry. Y'all done forgot what y'all was fighting about. You're in a whole different mindset. I'm just saying. It's
No,
something to think
trust me.
about.
You're not going for that. We're just talking about petty. You think you really going a 5 hour nap is gonna suddenly make you get up and be like, oh, what are we arguing about?
Yeah, because you're like, I don't even want to talk about it. Let's go back to sleep and forget about it. Love you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, stay away from moving. You're not ready to date.
I am. What you talking about? What you
You're
talking
not.
about, girl? Look,
Mm-mm.
I got a new job. Everything I'm ready to date for real. I got new job, new money. You know what that means? Hey,
You
what's
The
see,
up, girl?
bag that went up.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God.
you got a little dating money to go around.
You know what I'm saying? I
To
look
go around.
something. We ain't doing McDonald's no more. We doing Wendy's. But listen,
Oh my God.
if we do,
That not even Chick-fil-A. Jesus, Wendy's.
I mean Chick-fil-A. We do Chick-fil-A. Look, I got Chick-fil-A money. I got Wendy's money. And guess what? On a good day, Five Guys. Now you tell me something. You find a woman that ain't messing with that. Let me stop. I really gotta stop. Y'all go ahead. My bad.
Okay. How important is tone versus the actual words used during an argument? Is it how you say it or what you say?
Not what you say, how you say it. So
So
yeah,
your tone.
tone. Yeah, because
I
you
think
could say
it's the words.
the words.
I think it's the
Yes,
words
it's
because
what you say. Yeah, the words.
going back to our point earlier about people feeling like I gotta go one up, and sometimes people be saying some hurtful things, or they might bring up some old shit that you thought you forgot about, and then they trying to use it against you. So it's more so the words. How you say it don't matter. It's what you said.
How you say it don't matter.
It's how you say it because you could sit here and disrespect me and it goes over my head because of how you phrased it, and I have to be like, wait a minute, what? I have to think about it for a little bit. If
Yeah,
you've never
like
done that before,
yeah. I told this one girl to shut her mouth, but I said it in French. She was like, "Oh."
Oh my God.
not
I
like
was
that.
like, "Girl,"
I'm not
I was
talking
like,
about different languages.
Ferme la bouche." She was like, "I can't even be mad at you." I was like, "Nuts." I was playing. Don't
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
Not what you say, it's how you say it. The words. Yeah.
I think the words matter too, though, because we were just talking about disrespect. Like some people get real disrespectful and out of pocket, like crazy, crazy, crazy stuff.
But what if
And
there's
then use it
something?
as an excuse because I was mad. Like, okay, go control your feelings. Let's go sit on somebody's couch and work that out. Like,
But what if there's something direct that you have to say? Like there's no way around it. There's a point that you have to make that you have to say it directly. There's no way around it. It's
I
kind
think
of
you
how
should preface with that then. What
it's
I'm
kind of
about to
how
say may or may not hurt your feelings.
to be said, right? How do you go about that? It's like how you present it to them, right?
yeah, you gotta pick your words wisely.
You have to talk to them about this. You have to tell them this. Like how do you have to pick your words and the tone behind it and
Yeah. But I think when you care about somebody, your intention is not to hurt them. So you will make sure you pick the best word choice because you want to still be with that person, right? Like, I mean, if it's over and you just want to air them out and you never want to see them again, then
yeah.
okay, I'm sure you're going to
Right,
be picking your
right.
words very wisely. But if it's a relationship that you want to maintain, Like, I think you'll figure it out. If it needs to be said, if it needs to be addressed, like, there's a way to preface it. Like, it's not going to sound nice, and it's not my intention to hurt your feelings, but I think we need to talk about some things. And
Right.
it might get a little real, but it's for the betterment of us. If we still going to be us, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Ain't nothing like somebody else telling you about yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, man, really? Like, that's how you feel? And if you're honest with it, they're right. And I think most of the time people know the other person is right, but they either in denial or they don't want to accept it. I mean, I would say it's the same thing, but like, it's interesting. Like when somebody's telling you and you like, this is what I'm projecting, like this is what I come across. That can be very humbling. But if somebody's telling you that and also letting you know that they want to still work with you, still want to be together and all that, they want to look past all of that, like you know what I'm saying, and work with you as y'all improve. Like that should be if you look at it with clear vision, that should be inspiring. See, I ain't all toxic.
DCTV says it's tonality. You good means 15 different things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Black people. Yeah. You good? You good? You good?
Mm-hmm.
You good? You good? No, you good.
How do you typically apologize, and how do you prefer to receive an apology? Or do y'all apologize? Are y'all never wrong? Some people who ain't never wrong.
I mean, I bring food.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Food, maybe
Come
some
with
flowers.
gifts.
Like flowers, you're already in a good space. When you're trying to recover, you got to bring us something to eat. I feel.
I accept apologies in cash.
Oop, come on, Cash App. Hit that Zelle.
Just mid argument, just be like, "Are you hungry? Like, let's just go get something to eat." And then you start forgetting about what y'all was arguing about.
No, so you send me some money. I go get myself something to eat.
Nah.
Let me think about you and be like, you know what, my man, he messed up, but you know what, he sent me this money. I feel good. All right, he's sorry. Right? He's sorry. Me sitting there cheesing over the food. I'm like, all right, you know what, fine, I'm ready to forgive him.
What's a good I'm sorry amount?
I'll say something crazy. What?
A band, nothing too crazy,
Oh, all right.
A little, I could go out, feel nice for the day.
Who are you feeding? Who are you trying to feed? We feeding the neighborhood?
Did you hear what I just said? I said I'm gonna go out and go get me something to eat. I'm gonna have a me day. I'm gonna go get me something.
Have a whole day. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to Mr. Wendy's up there or Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna get dressed up. Go have me a decent meal. At a nice establishment. Get my nails done. Maybe get waxed.
Whole day on you.
You know the vibe.
Wax for who?
Who sent me the money?
All right.
Who'll give me the money?
All right. Keep it that way. That's right.
That whole me day, you apologize with that cash. I'm feeling good. I went out, take care of myself. I just might bless you.
Amen.
Might.
Amen.
Hey, you remember you're in the doghouse, So the Zell me, and then you show up with a great attitude. Yeah, you get blessed.
Ain't like that one.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean, right, Tasha? Go ahead.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to be mad anymore.
Right?
It's gonna be hard, period.
Be in a good mood. Fellas, what say y'all? Do y'all apologize, or how do y'all want to receive an apology?
I'm a man. I'm never wrong. I'm really just talking. Listen, you know what it is? It's the headphones and the microphone. It got me really. Like, it's something about like this setup that make black men just be like you just got.
Oh my god!
I realize
it's the podcast equipment. You're blaming the equipment.
Yo, it's like some magic. I want to say all kinds of out of pocket ratchet massaging and stuff. Like, first of all, the problem with black women. I'm joking. Let me stop.
Don't get us.
Drew's about to get canceled.
I'm really just playing. Y'all know I love sisters, man. Ain't nothing but like.
Gotta cut that mic.
Let me hear what my emotionally intelligent brother how he likes to get apologized to. Like, I've never heard this from a man, so I'm interested to see how you like to receive your apologies.
Marte, you got it,
Uh,
bro.
receive my apology. I
Yeah.
would prefer it in person.
Okay.
Um, I am somebody who, first and foremost, like, you realize your accountability, like in the apology, not just saying I'm sorry and like trying to move
Mhm.
forward. Where do you feel like you were wrong? And then we can discuss that.
Okay.
For myself, I prefer to give an apology, as previously mentioned, with gifts. Look, I'm sorry. This is where I was wrong. Here's something to like show my apology, whether that be a gift or a meal or whatever the case. I think you can never go wrong with shoes. You show up with some shoes.
Be careful. They say if you buy somebody shoes, they walk on about your life now, child. Don't relax with the shoes. Relax
You
with
want
the
a pair
shoes.
of shoes? Like,
Come on, like let's go get some shoes. So yeah, that's what I would do.
We do
Um,
like shoes though. Ooh.
how would you like to receive your apology from a male perspective? How would you like to be apologized to?
mm, I don't need a gift personally, um, but if if you could show that maturity of like this is where I was wrong, this is like how we can avoid this in the future. Like that's all I need personally. I don't need you to go give me anything. If you want to
And then,
show food, I'm not gonna say no.
and then you saying that you would buy her shoes?
Yeah, I'll buy a little gift, a little token.
You can stay
Maybe
around the
not
feet though. Not
crazy.
this one. You
We
yeah.
ain't gonna we ain't gonna go crazy, but you know,
Yeah, okay. It's a thought that count. I appreciate that.
yeah.
See? An
But
emotional
it
stable player
it
here.
depends on who you with though, because I'm somebody like like maybe they're not a shoe person. Like figuring out what it is
Right, right,
that's
right.
their thing. Like
Yeah.
I've met people who really love like art and painting. Like buy a brush set. I don't know.
Or take her to Sephora or what you know your girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where love languages come in. Like
Uh-huh.
knowing, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like you. I hope you have a girlfriend. She's a very lucky girl.
That's crazy. He gets. I
Mhm.
hope you have a
No,
girlfriend. You tell me, stay away from, stay away from women. Don't be mess with them, madam. Don't you know? Whatever y'all be saying. Look, don't.
yeah,
And then I
you can stay outside. He could come inside.
look. I tell like this,
Drew, I'm gonna leave the window crack. Come through
bro.
No, leave him out there. Leave him
the
outside.
No, you know what it is. I'm gonna say like this. I like when a woman is apologizing to me. But I'll be honest with you because like what Marte was describing sound a whole lot like accountability. Now you asked a tall order for. I'm playing. Let me stop. I'm not gonna say that's crazy. I'm really not that toxic. This is crazy. There's magic that's making me this way. But no, I would say this though. The way I like to be apologized to: large pepperoni pizza, 2 liters either Sprite or orange soda.
Okay,
Um,
big bag.
Just know your cholesterol high.
First of all,
Right?
like
That's big as hell.
you see me in person, you know I'm like not even that. Anyway, okay, like I mean I'm big, lumpy. I'm not like big, like anyway. But
You
yeah,
said now big bag.
look, that's crazy. You see that? Yo, look. Anyway, large pepperoni pizza, 2 liter Sprite, and some fries. And
Yeah,
yeah,
his
I
cholesterol high as hell, Tasha.
no, that is one
Okay.
thing. First of all,
Okay.
I was in the gym like earlier that day, so I'm sure I'll be just fine. But like, no, for real.
That's
I,
cool. If you
I,
want a 2 liter Pepsi, it's cool. I mean, come on. You can have
I
that.
Pepsi kind of wild. But what I'm saying, I take that. But no, look, I'll give you an example because like I used to date this girl in college. ANC. I don't think Tasha ever met her. Anyway, um, but yeah, we got into it, whatever, and then she realized she was wrong. She shows up at my apartment literally with a pepperoni and sausage large pizza. She also brought a what do you call it? I think it was a gallon Hawaiian punch, the red joint. Bro, I was so appreciative and I accepted her apology. Man, I forgot all about the whole incident. I forget what it was, but it was something that definitely did hurt. No, it wasn't cheating or nothing like that. But we were just like, it was a insecurities and all that, blah, blah, blah. My point is, when that happened to me the first time, I was like, this is how I would like women to react going forward. That's my flowers. You know what I'm saying? Just give me that. and I'm good.
Specifically for the fellas, like, do you guys find that the women that you're dating, or even if it's changed with age, do you find that they are being accountable for their actions and that you are getting apologies when they're warranted, or are
Why is that so
apologies few
funny?
and far between?
You know, women be dodging the policy. It's like the Matrix accountability. No,
Oh my God.
no. First of all, actually, I don't believe that, but I think it's a running joke on social media. To be honest with you, like, yeah, the tweets that women put on social media or, you know, the Instagram posts, those dodge accountability. Women in real life are accountable, bro. I'm sorry. Like, the women I've dealt with who actually
That's what I was
like
about to
you,
say. I think we're pretty accountable.
yeah, like in real life, but like what y'all tweet is not. Like,
No,
what
I'm
y'all.
accountable on social media too.
Well, you're a rare one because, which is cool because sometimes you want to get like your intrusive thoughts of like, no, but for real, in real life, I think women are, in my opinion, at least in my experience, they're usually pretty accountable. I haven't really run into women like that. And I guess maybe I'm vetting them at the door and they ain't getting no further. So maybe that's what it is. But Marte,
Yeah.
what's your experience like, bro?
Yeah, I would have to agree. Like throughout my life, they're pretty accountable. But I'm never really to your point about vetting. Like I'm never really aligning myself with people who wouldn't take accountability for something. You could figure that out in the first couple of dates how accountable they are based on how they talk about their ex relationships or their dating experience. You can hear how they can, if they've done introspection on themselves and realize like, hey, this is something I needed to work on. So it's all about how you ask those questions where you can dive a little deeper to figure out, is this an accountable person or not? So I try to do that on the front end to avoid the lack of on the back end.
Yeah. I like that. You're so responsible, such an adult.
I know.
Love that for you. Love
Yes,
that.
I love that
I'm
for
just
you
I'm
too.
just putting on for the camera.
No, I'm putting on.
I
I'm,
hope not.
I'm Drew,
I
really
hope
my
not.
spirit animal.
Because I'm not
Nah, I'm
putting on
kidding.
for the camera because I am nowhere near that toxic. Tasha tell you like, yeah, no, Drew is not like that at all. Like, yo, this dude
Yeah,
is
he
a
be putting
gentleman.
some razzle dazzle on this thing. I be like, is it the mic? Oh,
It is. It's the headphones, the mic in the head, like the mic in the shot makes
these
me
new
feel
accessories just changing you.
like, you know, y'all not fine, feminine, and focused, and
Oh
that's
my
your problem.
God.
Like I don't believe none of this. Like the positive stuff is what I believe. Jody know me too. She done met me in person. She know I'm not really like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all. Question. So, what is your biggest communication trigger?
Communication trigger?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't understand the question.
Like maybe that could start an argument. Like, what's something that can get you there?
If somebody dissed the Eagles, like if you
Oh my
try to tell me that Jalen Hurts ain't an elite quarterback, we might have we might have an argument. It's like, nah. You know what it is? I don't like being. I mean, I get the ball rolling a little bit. I don't like being belittled,
Mm,
or having my intelligence insulted. You know, like you can make your point, but don't follow it up with. But see, you wouldn't know nothing about that. But see, the problem is you don't have the intellectual capacity to, or you're not high enough. And see, it's not. You don't have the range. Like, don't talk down on me like that. You know what I'm saying? Then,
Mhm.
then now I don't want to. I don't want to communicate. I want to attack, respond.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's my type shit. So I'm start using that like the young kids type shit.
Oh my God.
That's how they end their
Cool
grace.
enough.
They be like, thank you for this food. Amen type shit. Like that's a wild thing.
Oh my God. That's a good one though, because I feel like that happens a lot. Like people are like condescending in arguments, or slide that little thing in there, like slide a little jab in there real quick.
Yeah, disrespect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Tash, I'm sorry. I had to pause you on that one though. You know what I'm saying? Just slide that little thing in there. Pause. It sounds crazy. But go ahead, Martin.
I think communication trigger for me is somebody who is trying to make a scene. I don't like being the center of attention like when I'm out. So I've seen people who can spark an argument no matter where they are. And that
Hmm.
is that is something that is probably like my biggest like turn off or red flag that I can see in somebody is if they need to make a scene and everybody is like all eyes on you and all eyes on the argument. Like if there's something like I do or you don't agree with and we together, like let's handle that like with us. Like it's not everybody else's situation to deal with or issue to resolve.
Right.
Um, I
That's
think
true.
I would say nonchalant. Like clearly there's an issue and you want to brush it off or act nonchalant or act like, oh, like why are you mad? Like no big deal. Because I feel like my feeling, if I have feelings, I feel like they're valid because I'm not insane. So
Yeah.
I feel like when somebody brushes me off or act nonchalant about something that clearly affects me, that's a trigger for me. That's saying to me, you don't care about my feelings. Like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Like, why are you acting like that for?
Like if you say what's wrong and somebody's like, "Oh, I'm good," like you hate that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'd rather them say, I don't want to talk about it right now, so I can know something's wrong, but you need time.
Hmm. And to piggyback off of yours, I think one thing that always just like a guy that just or just a person that can't take things seriously. Like everything's a
Yeah,
joke.
like
Like we're
everything is
talking
a
about a
joke.
serious matter and everything's a joke. Like, bro, you got a time and place, figure that
Yeah,
out.
I
You see the
literally
person he
had a.
attacked Drew?
Just at me next time. Dang, what you?
That's you at Drew. I literally had a conversation with a guy, but it was like it's a platonic guy friend,
Hmm.
and we had a whole conversation about this, and he's like, "Yo, talk to me." I said, I will never talk to you about anything because, and he's like, "Why? What you mean?" I said, "Because you think everything is a joke." I say I might say something to you that like my feelings are hurt, and you find something funny in it. Why would I want to talk to someone like that? I'm not looking. I'm not a clown or a jester. I'm not like I'm. Like, what's funny?
Right.
But
Yeah.
literally, I had this conversation with him last week, and we actually went out, we ate, and I told him, I said, I do not like if I'm telling you something is bothering me, or I'm coming to you as a friend and I need an ear, don't make light of what I'm saying to you. I said, I don't like it. And that's why I haven't spoken to you in 3 months.
Oh. Mm.
He need to
Yeah.
send that 1,000.
Huh?
Send that 1,000.
But seriously, because I feel like, okay, I need a
Run
friend
the
to talk
bills.
to. I can't talk to him because he's gonna laugh at me.
Mm.
can
Everything's a
I
joke.
can I maybe posit that humor or that everything's a joke attitude that is maybe his way of dealing with or trying to mitigate traumatic or stressful situations. Like sometimes people aren't very good at handling conflict, maybe because certain experiences in their past.
It's not me and him though. It's something that I was going through, and we're friends. Because I've sat there and I've listened to him and be there for him and give him that ear and that shoulder when he needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And here the roles are switched. You're finding joke and making light out of everything coming out my mouth.
That
Mm.
might be how, but I'm saying, and that I hear what you're saying, but that also might be how he handles any kind of stress that he has in his life, and he's now presenting it to you because he thinks that's the universe, like that's the way that he just feels like, okay, anything bad happens to me, I got to make light of this because I know how painful it is. I don't want to deal with it, so rather than face it head on, I'm gonna make a joke about it, whether it's happened to me or if I see it happen to someone else, maybe I could cheer them up with that. I don't know. I just think sometimes that could be something. Y'all communication is off, and y'all got to get to like even feel to where he understands that okay, that's your technique for you, but that don't work for me. I need you to kind of bring that down. You know what I'm saying? So we get about
Yeah.
here and feel that. So maybe you know what I'm saying. If you don't wait another 90 days to talk to him, y'all can have that conversation.
All
Because
right.
that's how I deal with stuff. I make jokes thing like when I'm stressed or when I'm afraid, or when something like that. Like I will try to turn things into humor because like that's kind of how I handle things. Um, because I don't like the feeling of being afraid. I don't like the feeling of being uneasy or or unsure. Now sometimes I just make a joke because I can understand something, but I can also I have some social cues and I can see when that's not working and maybe I won't do that for certain folks. He needs to work on his social cues. Like I said,
Yeah.
talk to him.
I'll give you an example because I feel like you need an example. I remember, I think this maybe it was up in January, maybe it was late last year. And I was just like down and my mother's friend was like, come, I'm going to church. Just come on with me. Like, let's go to church. Just sit down with me, listen. And so I was like, okay. Went to church with her. He texts me while I'm in church. Like, my friend. He texts me and he's like, hey, I want to go into the city. Come with me. So I was like, hey, I said, I'm not feeling very social these days. I'm actually kind of down. My mother friend offered me to go to church with her, and that's where I am now. I said, I'm in church. Oh my God, laughing emoji. How did the church not set a fire? Oh my God, how did you not combust? And I literally just said to him, I've been having a hard time. I've been down for the past 2 weeks.
Yikes. Yeah.
Like, how, like,
Yeah.
He legit thought that was going to cheer you up. He was off, but he legit thought that was going to cheer you up for a lighthearted moment. I get where he's coming from, but he's got to get his he got to get recalibrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're on GPS and you go the wrong way, it's like recalculating. Like, that's what needs to happen in this regard. So y'all need to work on that. Go talk to him and y'all figure that out.
All right, good people. The last question of this segment is, can fighting ever be good for a relationship?
I mean, like play fighting in the middle of the night with a pillow. Yeah.
I talking about?
Yes. I think it's good because I feel like get the superficial stuff out of the way, because I've seen a lot of relationship and it's just like surface level. There's nothing going on.
Mhm.
There's no depth. There's nothing going on underneath. Like, so they have to keep the waters calm because, if the boat rocks, the relationship is over because there's nothing, there's no depth, there's no substance to the relationship. So I feel like, fight, when you fight, you get to the root of it. Like, okay, we're fighting, we're here. What's happening? What's going on? Why did this fight happen? Dig deeper. I feel like the fight gets you, it builds roots, I think.
Does the fight mean you care?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because if somebody's yelling and screaming, yeah, it's, you don't want to be yelled and screamed at, but that shows that they care. Because if they don't care, then I'm not going to sit here and argue with someone that I don't care about. I'm going to be like, okay, cool, whatever.
I'm gonna stay single.
The fight, I would say the fighting is necessary only to kind of see where the line is. So
Right.
get into an argument, like, okay, like if I say this, I know it'll trigger this in the future. So I would say it's beneficial in that way, but outside of that, I'm not a fighter. Like once volumes and emotions start getting high, I'm somebody, I start bringing mine down, and I'm like, look, I don't even want to talk about this. Let's address this later on, but I'm not going to engage in an argument or a fight at all.
I mean, I sometimes I like to tussle. Nah, I would say it depends. Like, I'm not gonna be yelling and screaming. I mean, like that's a extremely rare event. That happened one time. I remember, like, in my head. I remember, like, this is back in college.
I see you pissing people off, so I don't believe that.
What? I
I
what?
just, I just see your girl just being pissed.
Nah, not me. No, I don't. I wouldn't do that because, like, I don't really do much to do that. But I think that a disagreement where there's a little bit of heat to it. I ain't saying you yelling and screaming, but both of y'all have points of views
That's
and you're
nice.
able to communicate that. I think that actually can be healthy because you get to see a clear picture of where the other person's coming from, and you get to see
Yes.
their character. You get to see who people
Yes.
are in
That's
times
right.
of uncomfortability, and if they fight fair. You do what I'm saying?
You gotta
Um,
fight to find out these things.
now fight is a strong word, but
Yeah,
I
disagree.
Fine. You
yeah,
gotta
we
you gotta
disagree.
disagree.
Cause don't put no hands on me. Now look, so we can pillow fight all day. But my thing is that you get to kind of see where they're coming from. But also if you are also fighting fair, you can also respond in a manner to say, okay, I recognize how you feel. I recognize your point of view. You've heard where I'm coming from. Let's see if we can meet in the middle on this. Or I can sit there and evaluate for myself and be like, you know what? I'm actually pretty malleable. I could actually adjust and yeah, I really adjust myself to that, whatever it is that's bothering her, or adjust myself to just recognizing and acknowledging whatever her point of view she has. That is definitely podcast language. But my point is, yeah, you can really do that. I think so, and there can be some good that comes out of it, out of a disagreement. Because I mean, look at it. If you look at this great nation, I'm just not saying that, but look, um, even the framers of the Constitution, right? We're not going to get into all the specifics of how it didn't apply to everybody. We know it didn't, but my point is like they had a point had they applied it to everybody that people can see things from different angles and different ideas and debate, and then come to a consensus type shit. Yo, check it out. It's red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal. All right, check this out. We're going to present some scenarios with you. All right. Y'all let me know if the scenario is presented is a red flag, deal breaker, no big deal. Let's get it started in this piece type shit. Okay, so no room. All right, so the first one, he would really be doing that out of nowhere. Like, yeah, good morning type shit. Like, all right, y'all got to speak too far. But all right, so the first question is, or the first scenario, they shut down and refuse to talk to you for days after an argument. 90 days. All right, so red flag.
Shots fired.
Captain Strays over here.
So, is that a red flag? Is that a deal breaker, or is that no big deal? We know your answer, Jody. Marte, what is?
That's a red flag. That's a red flag because, like, usually it's not something that big of a deal that you need to avoid talking to somebody for multiple days. So if that's how they're handling all arguments or situations, what happens when something big actually happens? How are they going to respond? And you may need to lean on this person during a difficult time, and y'all might not agree on whatever the situation is, but the fact that they're like super avoidant and just going ghost and not talking or communicating, that's very bad, because you could be in a situation where you're like, the person I'm supposed to be relying on, my partner, my friend, is not even here.
If it's a situation where something happened and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna need a couple of days, I know what's going on. So if it's communicated, then I would say it's no big deal. But if it's not and they just shut down, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they want to talk about it. If they're done talking to me, we're never going to talk again, then yeah, that'll be a red flag.
I don't know, Tasha. I don't know. Did you want to say anything on that or nah?
Oh, that's a deal breaker for me. We got to communicate.
Oh yeah, I ain't know I even said that. We already know you ain't playing it. All right. So next scenario, they only apologize by saying, "I'm sorry you feel that way." Ooh. Red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal.
Yeah, they can keep it.
Deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Deal breaker. That's a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't your person. That's all. Okay. That's just not your person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Deal breaker.
Baby, I don't like when you smack me in the face. I'm sorry you feel that way. Excuse me. All right. You cuss my mom out. I'm sorry you feel that way. Okay. Anyway. All right. They insist on resolving every issue immediately, even when you ask for space. Red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal.
Deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker for you?
Yeah, that's how people end up like getting hurt. Like you trying to force somebody that maybe it's somebody who has like an explosive reaction or something crazy happen, and just because that's how you handle conflict, you're trying to force somebody else to handle things how you handle it, and it don't always work like that. So you gonna make somebody even more mad. Like you adding fuel to the fire. Sometimes you gotta let people process things how they process them.
I don't know. I think I would say no big deal, because that shows me that, you know, you're willing to work through things and again, communicate with me, and, you know, I'll say like, yo, give me a minute, but at least I'll be like, okay, this person has communication skill, conflict resolution skill. They wanna, you know, iron stuff out. So that would be a deal breaker for me.
But doesn't that mean they don't listen though? Because if you're telling them, I need a minute.
Yeah, if it's a situation where they're pushy, or if we've communicated that, hey, I'm gonna give me some time, and they're pushy, then but I like a resolver, problem solver. Like, okay, how we gonna fix this type of person.
Yeah.
I like those people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like.
for me. It's a red flag because sometimes you really do need that time to just like, all right, let me make sure that I'm saying what I want to say and gather my thoughts and feelings. But somebody that's like, no, 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 we need to talk about it right now.
Mhm.
Like that's a red flag for me, which could lead to being a deal breaker.
Mm, okay.
I think sometimes I know for me it might be a little bit of a red flag because like sometimes I need some time like to decompose. I mean decompress. I'm not decomposed. I ain't dead.
Don't
Um,
die.
wrong word. I'm saying people be using the wrong words, but the medulla oblongata of the matter is no, but for real, I think that a little space, a little calmness. Just give me some time to like I said, decompress,
Mhm.
unwind, let the emotions come down, and I can give you a clear point. Athletes definitely know about that. But yeah, next scenario. Let's get into it. They avoid all confrontation and pretend nothing ever happened.
Ooh,
Red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal. Oh, that sounds like, whoo.
I'm Casper. I'm like I'll evaporate into thin air. I'm out
Okay.
of here. I'm
She
gone.
says she's Swayze. All right.
I'm out. What?
Right.
That's to me that to me people like that are psychopathic. I don't care. A couple screws are gone. Your elevator don't leave the first floor. That's crazy to me type shit.
Mhm.
Type
Type
shit.
shit.
Type shit. Yeah, nah. I'll evaporate into thin air. I'm deal breaker, red flag, every color flag except green. Throwing that yellow flag, everything. Nah.
Jamaican
Mhm.
flag, all of them. Let me stop. I'm just but it was right there. My bad, y'all. It was right there. What about you, Marte? What you think, man?
Yeah, it's a deal breaker for me, especially because it's like, how are we ever going to like progress or grow if you feel like there's nowhere, like you're never wrong or nothing is ever off track because something's going to be off track eventually.
Yes.
I don't care how great the relationship is or how much y'all get along. There's going to be something that comes along where you're just like, dang, like we need to address this, and it's
Hmm.
an elephant in the room analogy. So
Yeah.
let's address it. And if you want to address it, or if they feel like, oh no, we're good, we don't need to talk about this, I'm telling you, that's just not your person.
Again,
Right.
surface level. There's nothing underneath. Nothing going on
Mhm.
underneath.
I
You
mean,
don't want
that's
to. Yeah.
that's passive aggressive. They're
Yes.
very difficult to be in relationships with. It can be dangerous. It can be it can eat away at you.
I thought they're psychopath.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Next scenario. They. I'm sorry. This is funny. All right. They post passive aggressive messages or memes about your conflict on social media.
Yeah. I had a guy that years ago that did that, and he was just so feminine and bitchy to me. Like it gave me the ick so bad because I'm a private person when it comes to who I'm dealing with. Like I don't even like you don't gotta post me. I'm not posting you. I'm private when it comes to stuff like that, like affairs of the heart, relationship.
Mhm.
I don't want you putting my business on the internet. I don't want an audience. Like that's a huge deal breaker for
Mhm.
me. I don't even like my guy posty like that. Yeah, post your pictures, but I hate guys. Ugh.
She said, "God forbid you know how to use a camera and use it."
It's not even like that. I literally just said he could post his pictures and be on his Casanova stuff that he wants to, but that whole meme posting and throwing shades and putting no, you could go on somewhere
Too
with that.
much.
That's
Mm.
too much for me. No,
Yeah.
deal breaker for me. Absolutely, that's just immature to me.
Yeah.
And screams. I don't get attention, so let me throw this out here and get a whole bunch of random opinions. Mm-mm. Like I'd prefer you go sit and talk about me with your family than to go post on social media.
Put everybody in your business. Everybody got an opinion now.
No.
Like, why you got an
Deal
opinion on
breaker.
my personal life? That's crazy.
Deal breaker.
Yeah, deal breaker for sure.
I follow people like that on social media, and I can tell when they had a fight. I can tell
Mm-hmm.
when they make up. I could tell when they had sex. I could. It's all there. It's all there.
They might as well drop the link.
Right.
Right.
It's all there. Like,
Day to day.
take us out the group
Okay.
chat.
Right.
That's something like I've just learned in general that social media just gets too messy. So if I'm dating somebody, sometimes I don't even want to follow them. Like I don't want to see they posting or how they posting because like if I don't know about it, it can affect me.
Put your girls in.
You know, if somebody sends it to me, then once again, I forget which one of you made the point, but it just shows somebody's level of maturity. Like this is how they deal with conflict. They
Mm-hmm.
need to let the world know that something is going awry in their
Yes.
relationship. Like you
Childish.
dating me or you dating Instagram. So
Right. Childish, yeah. That is childish behavior and they need to grow up. Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. We have one last scenario really quickly. They involve their friends or family in your relationship arguments. Is that a red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal?
Red flag.
I wish I had something red.
Look.
You can wave the flag.
And Jody got the red.
I mean,
Yeah.
red flag.
Give us a swoop one good time. The red flag.
That is a red flag because the more you get family and friends involved, especially if they single, like single friends trying to give you a relationship advice and they're not in the relationship. I mean, they are in a relationship with you if they go to, but I think some things, most things, if not all things, should be handled between you two because at the end of the day, when the sun goes down and you brushing your teeth and getting ready for bed, it's y'all. It's not they mama or they best friend. It's y'all two. Y'all two got to figure that out. So getting a lot of other people involved now, hey, I don't think it's healthy, but
I feel like Mr. Drew would be a poster of what's going on in his relationship and the type to go to his friend and talk about his girl.
You don't even believe that. But what I will tell you, there was a time in life, in college where I did that. Facebook was the devil, man. They should have never let me. Like them status changes and stuff. This back when I was in college.
In and out of a relationship.
It's
Out of a relationship, no, single.
So yeah,
it's complicated with so and so.
Right?
Oh, in your business.
Yeah, so I've learned to not do that any longer. I don't even have the drive to do that. But yeah, I had to mature. But I was like, yeah, me at 19, 20 or 21, yeah, 20 years old. I can't say I didn't do it. But yeah. But anyway, folks, Marte, for real, I really thought you was about to say at the end of the day gonna end. And when the sun goes down, down goes the sun. Like I thought you were about to say that. Right? I was about to be like, he got a point. Yeah, he's spitting.
Oh my God.
No, but for real. So listen, that really concludes the red flag, deal breaker, or no big deal segment. I thank y'all for your participation. We're gonna turn this over back to Tasha Ray. Okay.
All right, guys, and this is the point in the show we turn the table. So since we've been asking y'all questions all show long, you guys get to ask us questions. Anything that's on your mind, it doesn't have to be on topic for what we discussed tonight. And we're also opening up the floor to our live viewers. So if you're at home and you want to submit a question or have a question or a comment, you can leave it in the YouTube comment chat section and we'll chit and chat about it. So, thoughts? Questions on your heart.
Jody, you could go first.
Why I have to go first?
Because it's ladies first. You know what I'm saying? We believe in chivalry around here. Roundy Port. You know what I'm saying? We open the doors for you. Pull out chairs.
I feel like this is a jackass should be able to tell, but I'm still gonna ask. They said they cared about you and you thought they cared about you, and it's like a switch. It's like, are you lying? Did you ever care?
In a relationship?
Relationship, friendship.
I say stop beating people on Hinge. That's what I was saying.
Hinge?
I'm just playing. No.
Jody don't do the apps now, child.
What's
And
is
then,
that a dating app?
yeah, it's a dating app.
Mhm.
I don't use them either, but that's what I've been
Okay.
hearing people talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hinge is the devil. Yeah. Hmm.
But,
Do not recommend. Don't do it.
What do you think about that? Defense mechanism or fake?
It depends. It's so because there's so many reasons why. Well, I can speak to reasons why I've done it where I don't know how the other person saw it, but I know I reached my limit with that person and I couldn't do it anymore. Like I
What
felt like
what's
I
limit?
was
What when you say limit, what does that mean? Like seven
a
times?
certain capacity, a certain level of patience.
Okay.
And if it's something like someone with bad habits, attitude, like acting out, like for instance, I had a friend some years ago and she just had this thing like when she was cool, but she had this thing where she liked to be the center of attention. She liked to
Mhm.
tell jokes and but when things weren't going her way or she wasn't the center of attention, she started to act up. She'll go in the other room, throw a tantrum like a little child and stuff like that. When I reach my limit, I reach my limit. And I feel like I've given you grace in a relationship or in a friendship and you're taking advantage of it, then I don't need to know you anymore. And I don't necessarily feel like I need to tell you that, because chances are I've told you before and
Mhm.
you want to do what you want to do. So I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm going to go protect my peace and my sanity. Now, there are people who just are cold like that and they probably didn't care or I don't know, so it just depends on the situation and scenario.
Okay.
talk about your overnight scenario. Scenario. I know people switch up. That's that's like dating a Gemini. Never do that again. No, I'm playing. No. I would say, or like if somebody says, okay, I care about it, and they switch up, and all of a sudden they don't. I mean, I think sometimes people learn how to play games. They know how to play a game. They know how to maybe have a little smooth rap to them. You kind of look at the whole situation and say maybe it was all just a kind of a transaction, so to speak. Um, Now you can, the bad part is if you've already caught feelings for that person and they switch up, that takes you a while to get over. But if you didn't, you kind of just take, or you didn't catch feelings too deep. Pause. Um, then you can,
Type shit.
Okay. Like,
Pause. I like how you caught yourself and paused yourself. Okay.
I got Mason Cameron in my head right now. Pause. But now, but if you weren't too, dialed in, you just kind of take that as a learning experience, and you really kind of like, okay, look, I'm gonna just be a little bit more reserved until people have a little bit more time to show their true colors. You can still be cordial and all of that, but yeah, that's the switch up be crazy, and I've seen it happen. Um, and for me personally, it's taught me to like literally just, hey, keep your armor on until y'all locked in for real. Um, Before you just go out there all blind. But yeah.
I think I,
DCTV said, LOL, just play the song No Games by Sarani. She said, Jodiann, no.
No, yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that song? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know what to. Okay, that's funny.
I feel
Okay.
I feel like that's the deepest thing you said all night, Drew.
I'm gonna let that one go. Thank you. Thank you. That's the deepest. I went all night. Crazy.
Pause.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, 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 no. No, accurate. So, who else got a question?
And I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, just in general. Is closure always necessary? Like, should you always go seek closure, or should you just sometimes just let it ride?
I think it depends on what kind of wig she got on. Every wig doesn't necessarily need closure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you
You said
get,
every wig
Shoot.
that doesn't
yeah,
necessarily.
like, no, serious. Like, if you got a U part,
The frick?
if, like, if you got a half wig, like,
Log off. Log off. Pick up
okay.
the podcast and log off. Log off right now. What?
That's literally my motto. Because like I think we get caught up in this fairy tale life. It's like, oh, I had to come see you this last time to save my peace and get these. But
Hmm.
like, if you really just be honest with yourself, nothing you say is going to change their mind. There's no
Mm.
magical one-liner speech that you're going to be able to give, to make something like that ride. You are not William Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? What does that
I
feeling
don't
still
think
bring?
that's what he's looking for. I think he's looking for like, okay, this is what happened. We're not going to be cool, or we're going to move forward. I don't think he's looking for like a, you know.
But I'm saying, like, look, their actions are telling you what it is. Like, you say, I need to go. Most time we talk about closure. And correct me if I'm wrong. You got to go back. I got to see them and talk to them one last time to get
Mm-hmm.
this finality. Because I grew up my life watching movies and reading books that had like at the conclusion it said the end or credits roll. Real life don't work like that. Sometimes like people let you know they are, they just disappear. I think that maybe sometimes it's better to walk away. Like I remember one time I made a decision handling rejection, for instance, right? Like when I deal with rejection from women, like when they say no, I don't sit there and try to debate or come back and say, hey, listen, would you reconsider? No, like I literally just dip, and that's that. And I think that we need to start accepting things for what they are, and you have a greater chance of looking more cool when you're not searching for it.
So you're doing it because of how you think you're going to look.
Well, that's part of the reason because self respect definitely matters. I give an example. I remember I went through a breakup of a situationship that broke my heart, but like the way that I handled it, I really wish I would have been cool and just been like, "Oh, okay, bet. Well, that's what's up. Look, I'm holla at you," and dip. I did not. My brain told me go fight for love, and I went in
And
there
what's
like
wrong with that?
I look ridiculous. That's
You
what's wrong
can't
with that.
fight for love with no situationship though.
Yeah,
Mm.
like I'm in there fight. No, I look
You gotta
ridiculous.
let that go.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Like, and so I, I literally sitting there saying, "But what if we did this and what if we did that?" The best technique is to just dip out.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple weeks ago about closure. For me, I think with age, I've learned that closure has just become an excuse to still talk to that person again, like one more time, something else to say, because it never ends. It just restarts the cycle, and once you restart it, it's hard to get out of. So sometimes
I
you got
don't.
to know when to just cut your ties, take your L and walk away from it. You know what I mean?
Take
I
your
don't think.
ball and go home.
Yeah,
I don't think I've.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever had closure on anything.
I mean, but like I feel like it's
I
not
don't think
so
so.
realistic because everything in life like doesn't get tied up in a pretty little bow. You know what I mean? When it ends,
Yeah,
that's
but
just
not
not how
even
life
one
is.
though. I can't remember any situation that I was in that I've said that I've had closure from. I just fall back. And they show me like this is what it is, and I'm like, okay,
So
I can't think of
hold on.
one
You
closure.
say you don't like nonchalant, but yet in
So
that situation you
if
are
I'm
okay with it.
if I'm dealing with you and we're in a relationship and you decided to not share certain things with me and you just pretty much exit the relationship and not tell me, what do you want me to do? Chase you down?
Fight, fight like you said earlier. Fight.
I look like man to you? Do I look like a man? What I look like? I look like a man? Am I looking manly right now or ever?
You being like whatever is over. Like, do you feel like
I
you
never been like that.
overshare?
They act like you said, their action, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna respect what you're putting down. Like my conscience is clear. I knew, I was good to you. I make sure throughout the relationship, to communicate with me. Important communication was to me. You could have just been like, hey, I'm not feeling this no more. I think, or I met somebody else. Okay, all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Mm.
get
my
it.
heart, my
I
heart
get
is
what you're saying
broken,
now.
but okay. But if you're just gonna step to the side and leave me stranded there by myself, you want me to come ask you for closure?
I got you. You providing that additional context. I see. What
Yeah,
Maybe it depends on the person because in a situation, it's just like, do you want to know why this person left you, or were you better off not knowing why this person left you?
right.
Because sometimes I know and I wish I didn't. You know.
the
So
truth might hurt you.
yeah, seriously. So, but that's the closure, right? Somebody telling you, I'm gonna go get back with old girl. Mm,
Or I got a baby on the
I didn't
way.
need to know that.
Oh
You know.
yeah,
You know.
You got a baby on the way. What you mean? Where it coming from? So, like, you
on the
put
way.
is it an Uber?
It's a baby on the way.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
go,
This
go.
Usher, my confessions.
You got You gotta pick them up at the train station. What we talking about? No, that's crazy. What if a woman told you that I got a baby on him? I'm sorry, if a woman
My
told me
first
she had a
question
baby
is
on
it mine?
Oh my
no,
God.
no. Here's the thing: you didn't do no baby activities, so like, and she
Oh
tell you
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's up with you.
That's
Take
it.
care. I wish y'all the best.
Right.
Nah, like it's okay. Listen, we can work through this. Nah. Yeah. Anyway, let me stop. No, Marte, for real. So like, okay, you in Minnesota. What is the dating scene like out there?
Mm, that's a
Yeah.
question.
Come on
That's a
now.
question for sure. I'll say this: it depends on what you want and what you like. I think here in Minnesota, what I've learned about the dating scene, just in general, is that you have to be a little more open minded in the sense of people's experiences. About I think people are very like close knit and like family. So some of the people that you date here they want to stay here forever. So if you aren't open to that, I think that could make it difficult because I came here for work and I came here for school. So I'm somebody that I know like my time here is limited. And if I'm gonna date somebody here or be with somebody and take them to the next level, like I understand that I'm eventually gonna want to leave and they may not want that. So you have to have that internal back and forth with yourself if this is what you want. It's diverse here, but it depends on what kind of diversity you're looking for. So it's a very big East African population, a lot of women who are Muslim. There is a very big Hmong Asian population here as well.
Oh
So,
wow.
like, I know some people that only want to date American black women. They would have a difficult time here, just being transparent and honest. And if you don't date white women, you gonna have a hard time too. So I don't know.
Whatever.
It's not bad, but it's not the greatest place in the world to date either. So I
Mm.
guess I hope that answers your question.
No, that answers the
Yeah,
question
that's
That
very well.
definitely answers it. You explained
Yeah.
it
No,
really
that was
well.
an excellent answer. So I know if I
Uh-huh.
lived in Minnesota, I'd be dating straight Habesha or East African girls. Because if we ain't got no black, if there's no American black women to choose from, like, hey, we gotta go with the Habesha girls. All right, East African girl, Eritrean, Somali.
Black queens forever.
And you all are in New York, correct?
I'm in Jersey, but yeah.
Jersey.
yeah.
Okay. So
Don't
I
ask
mean,
about it here.
yeah.
Hey, dating in New York for a man is amazing, bro. Let me tell you something, man. There's so many awesome women in New York City, bro. It is not even. It is crazy. Like you just be like, oh, look at this. It's like whatever you want. It's like a candy store. Like it's everywhere. Now the women don't have the same story because men are trash. So like
Hmm.
it's lopsided. We got the total advantage. There are so many quality, awesome women, and then like so few like good men. So like if you're a good dude, you can actually stand out pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because you're just an amazing person. You just ain't trash like the rest of them, and so you look amazing. It's just
I
it
hear
really
that.
does work. And the same thing is true for LA as well. I'll tell you that right now too. So it's yeah. So women, I feel sorry for y'all, man. It's rough hanging the brother. Hey, hey, we up. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's hard times. I'm jealous of the men's experience up here. Like they all having a good time. Have a good time.
Having a ball, honey.
All the pickings just woo every week. What we doing? Like
You gotta
Women
stay
are
off
amazing.
hinge, Tasha. Get off
I ain't on.
hinge.
You
I
on
have
Hinge,
learned my
Tasha?
lesson. You will not find me on Hinge in Timor. Okay. I mean, but I thought that's what I was resorting to because I wasn't outside. So if I'm not
Yeah.
outside, I
I'm
don't know
just
where else to meet somebody.
yeah.
But yeah, but then I learned very quickly why the men are on Hinge. Like they're not ready to date. They ain't got no business being on Hinge because
Hmm.
they ain't ready. They ain't ready. They just either playing or don't know what they want or not ready for what they think they want.
Mm.
Wow,
So yeah, and
that's
I'm
so
I'm tired of
crazy.
y'all wasting my time.
That's wild. And see,
Because ain't
look,
nobody got time for that. Okay.
Tired.
It really is the opposite for us. Like, bro, you can get rejected in New York and you don't even feel it because like it's so many other options. So a girl can tell you no, and you be out of her face before she even get to the she get to the end. She's like, no, and you gone. She no, where
You
you
just
going?
love rubbing it in. You just love rubbing it in. It's just so
Right?
wonderful up
ain't,
here. I just want
ain't
to
no
love
Like,
girls. Like,
turn me down, reject me. That's fine.
like,
I'm like, oh, I'm going to the next. You know what I'm saying? It's so
must be
great.
nice. Must be nice.
It is. I ain't gonna.
Yeah. I ain't know what
Too
that's
many
in
options
it.
is not a good thing all the time, though, Drew.
In a way, if you're not focused, it can't be. But if you have your core values set, if you're focused on um what it is, not that you're necessarily looking for to gain from, but what you were looking for to contribute to, it actually can be a good thing because number one, um, you can understand that. All right, all I need is one, and I'm looking to contribute, and also contribution takes effort. I can't contribute to a bunch of different women and give it. I'm not talking about just money, but I'm talking about like wisdom, comfort, counsel, like conversation, how
Time.
to cultivate time, that kind of thing. So like if you are focused on things that really matter, it can be good. And again, and when something doesn't work out, maybe a woman is whatever the vibes are off or whatever, you're not heartbroken or wondering what could have been about a rejection or a no. You can take it like no. You can answer a no and respond to it with the same zeal and enthusiasm that you have with a yes. She tell you no. All right then. All right, take care of yourself. Good me. And you gone. And a matter of fact, there's so many great women out here, and the city's so big that if a rejection happens and you don't see her no more the rest of your life, did it actually happen? Like if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, like bro, all your L's are really disputable. Like, did it happen for real? Were you there? Did you see it? I didn't. Honoring a rejection, like I said, just leaving immediately, best decision. But I'm done talking.
Hmm.
oh, you're done talking.
Yeah. Man, look, we was gonna make her mad. We was about 10 seconds away from blood clot coming up. Anyway, with the blood clot. All right, then. Well, look, we all questioned out, but guess what? This has been a wonderful conversation. We've been kicking it with Jody and Marte. Thank y'all for stopping through. And you've been rocking with the Drew to the COMMENTS. You already know it's the best, and I've been here with your main host, Tasha Ray, the one and only. Take it away.
That's it for this episode. We'll be back next week with more friends and new topic. In the meantime, don't forget to download the Secrets of the Opposite Sex app, subscribe to our podcast, and follow us here on YouTube. And log on Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for the live recordings and interact with us live. See you next week. Bye.